Hello, hello, hello. It is so good to see you all today. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're participating. I'm glad that you're engaged. This is Coffee Tea, You and Me. For the last 2 years, almost 3 years now, I've been working with entrepreneurs, business leaders, contractors, all kinds of business professionals that want to just be better, do better, experience better in the universe. And I've been on a series on the kick, sort of explaining to everyone what our VisionQuest90 process is really all about. And it's really all about the coming together of key ideas. It's your mission, your vision, your goals, your everyday strategies and everyday techniques, your habits, as well as your connections, and figuring out ways to align all of those things so that everything you want happens. It happens not perfectly, but very, very well. And you can figure out really quickly once you've gotten out of balance where the balance is that imbalance coming from. And so aligning all 5 of those areas in your business, in your life, is super, super important, because it allows you to be more powerful. It allows you to accomplish the things you want to accomplish, but more importantly, to experience life the way you want to experience life. And so that you can make those adjustments and you could create what you want to create, knowing that you have the ability, you have the talent, you have the people, you have everything you need around you to get it all done, the resources and everything that you need to make your dreams come true. I remember when I was younger, as a financial advisor, I started to study the work of several different investment advisors and gurus of get wealth, gurus and all that kind of stuff. And I discovered Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, one of my favorite books. And it is my favorite book because the concept of wealth that I really realized that didn't come from Robert Kiyosaki, but came from his writing partner, Sharon. You can go look it up and figure that out. Because I met her and we talked about this. The whole idea of living your dreams, the whole idea of getting out of the rat race, understanding how to work with your balance sheets and figuring out, what is really, really important in terms of your financial lives and how do you make those finances work except well, was such a great impact on me and my ability to train and develop and help other people learn, what's really real, what's important to do in life, And so when I talk about mission, which is what I'm talking about in this recent series, I'm really talking about the thing that drives you, the purpose of what it is that you're doing, not just what you're doing, but the reason behind it is so super important. Because when your mission is good, and if you can, look at the link that I posted in the chat. This is on my LinkedIn page. I just posted a post not too long ago that illustrates, what I really want to share about really having a good sense of mission, what that does for you in just this one particular area. When you have a good sense of mission, you really have something to share, because it's not just your declared intentions, right? It's your declared intentions that's done in such a meaningful, powerful way, that's shared in such a meaningful, powerful way, that it becomes infectious, and other people begin to feel compelled to share their resources as a result of even hearing what you're up to, right? That's how powerful a good mission statement, a sense of mission, a mission mindset, everything you want to do around your mission should be so strong that not only does it motivate you, but it motivates others to do what they need to do to help you create the life, the business, the association, the developments that you want to develop in your research or schoolwork. All of these things are about not just having intention, but being able to share your intention and your mission in a meaningful, powerful way, right? It ultimately shares the objectives that are to be met, what it is that you are trying to do, right? If you don't feel a sense of mission in every role that you play, then I think you need to go back to the drawing board and think about that role. What do I mean by that? If you're a student, then your mission has to be based on accomplishing the most you can accomplish in your academic enterprise, in your journey. If you're a researcher, the same thing. If you are an entrepreneur, then you need to be figuring out how can you best serve the marketplace that you've chosen to serve, right? That mission should help you figure out what you're doing in that area, right? It answers that question. What is it that you are bringing to the table? What is it that you are trying to accomplish? What is it that you are doing? What can we count on you for? What can we depend on you for? Mission answers those questions, right? Now, when you're good and you have a well-developed, well-crafted, well-thought-through mission, when you share your goal, your purpose, your intention, this is more than just a simple communication, right? It is about influencing the collective resourcing of the work that is to be done, right? It generates your sense and everyone else around you, their sense of distinction, honor, all the values that you bring to the table all show up in a meaningful, powerful way in that mission statement, right? So think about it. Where have you been called? Where have you been tapped? Where have you been led to undertake an effort of any type, right? This is serious work. And when you think about it, when you share it with other people, you should feel a sense of ownership, a sense of responsibility, a sense of pride that you get to do the thing that you're going to do. There's nothing more valuable than a well-written, brilliantly articulated mission statement. It makes all of your declarations count even more. One of my favorite quotes, and we're going to get right into our talk for today, is from Mark Bonchek. And Mark said, this goal of aligning value and value is espoused by many eminent leaders, from Jim Stegall to Bill George. It's a core tenet in the field of corporate and social responsibility. What does it have to do with mission? We're going to get right into it and understand it even more after these few words. Okay, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Tea, You and Me. This is Coach Powell. If you have just started following the show and you are trying to understand, what this is all about, and you want more of it, and you want to make sure that your friends get to it, listen, you can subscribe. You can engage in every possible way. You can talk to your friends about it. You can share it. Please share it with as many people as you possibly can. There are so many wonderful things that I've been able to glean from sharing this gift, my gift, with you to the universe every Friday for the last few years over this mini sessions. And I love working with business leaders. I love talking to them about the issues. If you have issues in your business or anything that you want to talk about in a future episode, hey, put that information in the chat. Let me know. To contact me. Here's my information right across the street, right streaming right across there. I have the content built out for the year, but it doesn't mean that I can't fold your question or your thought process into whatever I'm doing. So, we can work together to make this as best as we possibly can. A couple things are going on I want to share with you really quickly. Last week, oh my God, some amazing kids came to our program, came and watched the show. I mean, I don't know where they came from. I do know they came from a local nonprofit in DC that's all about helping youngsters develop internships for the summer. And they happened to drop by and watch the show all together. And I got so many letters of thanks from them after the show. I was overwhelmed. I really was. And I want to make sure that I give them a shout out. You guys, you opened my heart up in a way that I didn't even know was possible, really. And anything you ask me for, I'm going to give it to you. So, if you're watching this week, keep up the good work. It gives me hope that, young professionals are out there learning and growing, and that I was able to inspire you all the way. You indicated in all the wonderful letters that you sent me. I am super, super, super thankful and grateful for the opportunity to work with you, to just be there for you, and in the ways that you indicated. And I super appreciate you speaking and reaching out to me and letting me know how that worked. That was really, really nice, guys. My email box was flooded with, love, and I really appreciate that, which is crazy, because usually my email box has a whole bunch of, requests or marketing, spins and things I don't even want to read, but I'll read them anyway just because they came through my email box. But thank you for all of that. Last week on Saturday, I was able to go and visit a group of entrepreneurs at a young entrepreneurs expo, and I was able to help them, give some ideas to the youngsters who are out there with their businesses, and they had all kinds of wonderful businesses. It was so delightful to see them. I had to hold my wallet close to my chest, because I wanted to buy everything. They were selling out there. They were selling everything. A lot of them had, thought about, gifts for Mother's Day and things like that. So, I had to buy a little something, but I want you to know that it was such a great idea. My good friend Frazier helped put that together. If you watch the show in the past, he's been on the show as a guest. And I'm always looking for guests, by the way, on the show. So if you got a good entrepreneurial story and you want to share it on the show, let me know. If you think you might have something that's useful and meaningful out there, I'd love to have you on at some point in time. So put your information in the chat, or you text me or follow me. You got my information. It's coming across the screen right there. Looking forward to that. The second thing I want to announce to you and let you guys be aware of is we're getting ready, gearing up for our next Leverage Up conference, and I just posted in the comment section, all the tickets that you can get to get to our Leverage Up conference. It's going to be an amazing conference. I can't tell you how proud I am of the group we've been able to put together. That's gonna give you so much information and so many opportunities for that particular day, which is going to be Saturday. I believe the 28th. Yeah, the 28th or the 29th. Yes, the 29th of Saturday the 29th of July. So that's coming up. Don't sleep on the tickets, because the cheap tickets are going to go pretty fast. And once I got up to 100 tickets, the prices got to go up, because I want to make sure that we keep this in reasonable level of expectations for everybody, so we can do a good job and make sure we don't blow out our conference resources. So get your ticket now so you can get in, lock in your space. And even if you can't come, if you know for some reason you got a pre-existing thing, it's going to be recorded, so that you'll be able to watch the recording even later on. So you don't have to worry about not being able to get in or see it or anything like that, because you got some other things, or if you got some time commitments. It's a full day conference, so if you got some commitments that will take you out of the pocket, it's going to be recorded, so you don't feel like you're going to lose anything. Definitely sign on. It's only $49 right now. It's going to go up real soon, so get your tickets as soon as you can. And that's that. I think I shared with you everything I wanted to share with you from that point of view. Today's topic is super smart. This will continue on the series. We've been talking about planning, right? What do you need to get your planning together so that you can win whatever game you're trying to win, however time frame you're trying to win it in? You have to have a plan, and that plan needs to have a balance, right? So you have to have a good sense of synergy between your mission, your vision, your goals, your daily habits, and the connections that you need to have. Really, the connections drive everything, really, when you think about it. But it's a part of the VisionQuest90 process that I use for all of my clients. And I figured I'd share some of it with you so that you can get a sense for what that's all about, in the case that you need to move yourself forward. So when you create a plan and you need to have a mission statement, there are a couple things that I want to share with you today that your mission statement needs to do. On one side, your mission statement, as we said earlier in the pre-show, is about your declarations, right? It is about the statement that you're trying to make. It is the point the reason behind the effort that you're trying to create. It's being clear. This is the effort. This is what I am dedicating myself to. This is what I am doing. Not this is what I want to do. This is what I'm dreaming about. This is what I'm thinking about. That might be vision, but mission is a decision, right? Mission is a declaration. Mission is that sense that you're going to do this. You're going to dedicate yourself, your efforts, your resources, your energy, everything you have. You're going to commit to this mission, right? So that helps everybody around you see you, the you that you need them to see. Why do you think I suggest that people need to know what your mission is in any role that you play? If you're playing the role as a father, your family needs to know this is my mission. If you're playing the role as a husband, again, your spouses and whatever that is, they need to know this is my mission. If you're an entrepreneur or business leader, everybody around you, everybody you're working with, everybody that needs to know this is my mission. Because when your mission becomes clear to people now can go, aha, this is what we can reasonably expect that he will commit his energies and efforts to. This is what we can reasonably begin to understand about what he's doing, what he is doing, what you are doing. That's what mission is all about. It's all about a declaration of what you are doing, right? And it makes such a serious difference to how people see you, how you see yourself, the efforts that you put into. This is a noble declaration of your, for lack of better words, infectious intention, right? What is it that you're so on fire about, that you're willing to share with other people, that you're willing to bring other people into it? In fact, if your mission is big enough for you to handle all by yourself, then there really is no reason to talk about it, right? But if you need other people to jump on board to really help you with this, then you're going to need to create a mission that's so strong, that's so compelling, that other people feel this infection. Everybody else gets it. They go, oh wow, I got to get a part of this too. I want to jump in here, right? it will in effect invite others to come along for the ride with you, right? Your potential clients, your stakeholders, your investors, your supporters, every kind of person that could possibly help you in any kind of way that could possibly help you. You want them to know what your mission is. You want them to know what you're up to, right? Now, of course, they're going to ask a deeper question, like how are you going to get there? But that's when you start laying out your goals and all that kind of stuff. But before you even go there, you need to go, you need them to understand what your core mission is. It is about your declaration. It is about your intention about what you want to do, right? Have you ever had a person that is talking to you and you couldn't figure out what they're trying to do, but they're talking? And they spend a whole bunch of time yabbering about this and that and possibilities of this and the vision goals and things that they're trying to get to and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, but what is it that you are doing? What is it that you are committed to? What is it that we can count on you for in terms of the efforts that you're willing to put out? What's the mission? That's what they want to know. Because once they know that, then they know how to align themselves with yourself, right? You don't want people to jump, to take you off track. You don't want people to move you in different directions other than the direction that you're going in. And so you want to make sure that your mission is clear. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it. This is how I'm doing it. This is me, right? So that people know who's the real you. This is a part of your identity, right? We talked about that last week. So mission clarifies and declares the what you're doing. The second thing that mission does is it begins to help develop resources, right? I like to consider this a call to arms, right? When your mission is really, really good and it's really, really infectious, it informs, but it also excites the hearts and minds of the people that hear it. When you do it really good, all of a sudden they go, oh, wow, I like that. Yes, somebody's finally saying the thing. Somebody's finally doing the thing. Somebody is finally engaging in a way that I want to engage. And as a result of hearing it, now I want to hear more. I want to understand more because I now want to consider what I can do to get on board. I want to see what I can do to help out. I want to see what I can do to further the mission. And I'm in, right? It wakes up the connective tissue in the brain of another person. And I don't know if you've ever heard somebody's mission and you caught the fire from their communication of how they communicated what they're up to. But man, when that happens, I can tell you right now, it's game over, because all of a sudden your attention goes right to that thing. It goes right to the thing that person is doing. Is so exciting. It's so interesting. It pulls you right in, and you start to begin to think, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing this thing, or I shouldn't be doing that thing. I should be doing this thing. I should be dedicating some of my resources. If it's done well, it's so compelling that it just brings you into the light of it all, right? And it's a shame when it's done badly. So imagine you're meeting a group of people who could fund your entire project or your hopes and dreams, or you make your process smoother, or can help you in a lot of different ways, but you don't know how to effectively share your mission with them. This could be a huge missed opportunity, because there's people, and I'm sure it happens to you. There are people I like and I enjoy, and I meet them and I'm going, wow, this is an excellent person. But I sure wish they were up to something that I could help them with, because they don't seem to have their proverbial act together, right? They're not using the communication in a way that is going to excite the hearts and minds of people that work around them, right? This is what happens when you get this wrong, when you say the wrong things in the wrong way to the wrong people, you fail to generate the trust, right? You fail to create the energy and the power and the passion that you want to create in the people that you talk to. Now, you can't win everybody, but you can win the people that you're supposed to win to help in your mission. So your mission, if it's bigger than you, it's something that, again, I told you earlier, you are called to, something that you feel dedicated to, something that you feel not just a right, but a privilege to work in, right? If your mission is that strong, then it shows up in how you communicate it. Your passion shows up. And your passion, then people start to see that you're in love with this thing, or that this is so special to you that you're willing to risk whatever it is you're willing to risk to go for it. That lights them up. That gets people excited because when you can share your passion in that way, they can accept it and feel it themselves. And it's almost like you're passing the passion along to another person when you share your mission really, really well. So now you're creating what I call a call to arms, right? You're creating such almost a fervor in what you're saying, because your commitment is so deep to it. Your belief in it is so deep. The way you share it and bring it out to other people is so compelling that it's impossible for people just to remain dormant, just to hear it and go, oh, unless they really, that's like not for them. But if it is for them, they're like, oh, wow, that's for me. I want to buy that thing. I want to create. I want to help generate energy towards that thing. I think this is great. I think I want to tell my friends about it. I want to share it with other people. It becomes infectious, right? You want that kind of mission. You want people to stand up and recognize, and then do something, commit themselves, commit their resources to you doing it. That's why I say, when you do this right, you're collecting resources, right? You call upon people to change their direction and start saying, I'm going to walk a little while in this direction with him or her. Super, super important. But there are ways that people mess this up, right? They mess it up because a lot of times they're presenting a mission that there's not authentic feeling towards. They don't feel truly connected to it. They're just doing it because they're told to do it, or they're doing it because this is the way they've been suggested that it's done. It's the method that we're doing, and that falls flat, right? Because when a person is not sharing authentically from their heart what they believe is important to share, what is important, what is true for them, what is something they're willing to commit their time, their effort, their resources to, it really doesn't feel real. It feels cheap and it feels fake. And when that happens, it doesn't generate trust. It generates distrust, because it reminds us of the times we may have fell for people who chose to manipulate versus energize and influence. They chose to manipulate, and nobody wants to have a repeat of that. And so it has to be a level of authenticity has to come along with your mission if you want it not to fall flat. The other thing you have to recognize is there's a timing for everything. When you share your mission, if your timing is off, meaning it's the wrong time, it's the wrong time for people, even people who have the capacity to help you or get on board with you, it's the wrong time for them to hear you because it's inappropriate for you to be sharing it at this moment or whatever that is, then you're going to create the opposite effect. Instead of attracting resources, you're going to repel resources. You're going to lose and you're going to expend resources. And you're going to pay what we call opportunity costs, which meaning, you're going to have to continue to generate more and more opportunities because you've missed the opportunities that that has cost you, to be even slower, to slow down the opportunity to create a mission that might resonate with the right kinds of people, because you missed that opportunity. You messed it up. You didn't practice. You didn't rehearse. You didn't figure out the right way to enter into that discussion. And so the timing was off, and then you blew it, right? Now, there's a whole bunch of other reasons why your mission, when you communicate it, might not land the way you want it to land, right? and it might be that the people that you're trying to talk to have already got too much on their plate, and they've got their own mission that they're trying to get in front of, and they don't feel understood, or they don't feel like, this is, again, proper timing for them, but their own internal musings about what's going on for themselves. If I'm already overwhelmed with what's on my plate right now, right, and you share with me this new thing that you think is important, that you think is valuable, that you think is something that I should pay attention to, or give my time, effort, and energy to, then what happens is, you're adding to the overwhelm. Even if it's the right thing, it's a good thing, it's an important thing, you're not helping me. You're helping me get swamped. You're helping me go further under, right? It's not really something that you're going to want to do and want to get people involved in. So you really have to have a sense for a person's capacity, before you're going to share this great mission of yours. That's going to require them any little, even the tiniest of efforts, right? And you also want to be cognizant of what is the tiniest of effort that can matter, that they can share with you, that would be significant and relevant, right? Because sometimes you just need a little push. Maybe you don't need $1 billion. Maybe you only need 100. Who knows what it is that you need in order to move the mission along, that you think another person that you're sharing with can easily share of themselves to move you in. And it shouldn't be something that, by the way, is difficult. If you're asking people to share something with you, your mission is calling them to do something that's difficult, go back to the bench. Go back to your thought process, because you need to make it easy for the right people to do the thing that needs to be done to help you accomplish the thing you want to accomplish. You're not asking them to carry all the weight, just a piece, right? Just a small piece. You're not asking them to do everything, just a little bit, so they can say, yes, I helped, I assisted, I moved the needle, I helped move the needle in that thing. So it has to be relevant, but it can't break them in the process. It can't take so much of their resource from them in terms of their time, their talent, their treasure, or their connections, right? It can't take so much of that from them that they feel at a deficit, right? But the collective resources do follow where they're supposed to go. And so if somebody already has an excess of talent, ability, time, money, or other valuable resources, they could then leverage on your behalf, and you figure out a way to tap into that resource, and you do it well, where a person feels respected and appreciated and valued. Well, that's the win-win right there. That's what it's all about. So when you are laying out your mission and you're talking to people about what your mission is all about, make sure you're talking to people who can make a difference. Not just the people that you can serve, but the people who help you serve the people that you can serve, right? Another thing that causes people not to get excited about your mission is you're not excited about it. In fact, you're just dialing it in. When you can't get excited about the thing that you want other people to get excited about, it becomes super difficult to move the needle. It becomes super difficult because now people go, wait a minute, this is not something that's even important to you. Why should it be important to me? In fact, now that what you're trying to talk about isn't important to me, is it not important to me now, that are you? Because they're taking it personally at this point. You just wasted their time. You just wasted an opportunity. They can be spending their effort engaging with people who are going to make a difference, and they're going to make a difference with, or going to make a difference for them. Instead, they talk to you, and you came up with not so good a result, right? So take the time to make sure your mission is good enough. Start with the people that are closest to you, right? Look at those people and ask, what are their hopes and desires? How can you help them get in front of the things that they want to get in front of? Start listening to them, asking them deeper questions. If this was perfect, whatever you're doing, what would it look like for you? What would it feel like for you? You'll want to start to listen to people and start to learn how to craft ideas and thoughts and statements that resonate with them. So that when you share your mission, ultimately, they go, aha, I can see how that could work. I can see myself getting involved in that. Tell me more. You want to be able to do that, but you can't do that if you get their attention. You can't get their attention if it's all about you. It's all about you, then people are less likely to want to listen, less likely to want to pay attention. Right? But if you understand your purpose and you share it well, no matter what, you make it possible for people to have reasonable expectations of you, and you make it possible for people to get on board with what you're trying to do. Well, I know there are people out there who do this exceptionally well. And I'm sure you've heard people who have been so compelling in their language, and they've been able to get you excited and get you motivated. But the real mission is not just the mission that gets you going, it's the mission that keeps you going. And so you got to think beyond the moment of inertia, right? You got to think about beyond the moment of I'm just getting started, I'm just getting this train moving, blah, blah, blah. You got to think way into, as I get going, is it still going to be resonate? Is this mission still going to resonate? Do I need to tighten it up? Do I need to change it if I need to change it? All those things are very, very important. There's some exercises that I'm going to talk to you about really quickly because I only got a few more minutes. But I want you to think about that. Again, if you're afraid to share your mission, that's a key that lets you know that it's not fully baked yet. It's not finished. You really got to work on it. If you're afraid of it, then there's something wrong, and you need to deal with that situation. People are missing the opportunity to get on board with you and jump on board with what you're trying to do because of your fears. And you need to solve that problem. You need to face it. You need to deal with it, right? How do you develop the courage to talk to people who are more smarter and more talented than you? If your mission is that important, then you're going to talk to people who are smarter and more talented than you are, right? You're not going to have that hesitation because the mission is bigger even than your fear. Right? If the mission is not that important to you, then of course, any little excuse of not sharing it is going to be right there, right? If you can't find anybody to work with you, even though you are super excited about it, you're talking to the wrong people because there's something for everybody, right? The right people are out there. You just have to go out and find them, and you have to look in different places than you would normally look, right? That's how you fix that problem. So if you find yourself, you got a passionate statement, you're well behind it, you're willing to put your resources, your thoughts, your energy into it, and you can't find anybody to get to jump on board with you when you're in the wrong places. You're talking to the wrong people. And there's just people out there who are always going to be excited about what you're excited about. You just have to make sure that you find the right people. And with the internet now, you have the ability to do that. You can broadcast your message. And you can say, you can then point that message to certain target demographics and audiences to see what resonates with each one of them. You can figure all that out. You don't got to leave the comfort of your home. You don't got to go take a big survey or anything like that, or study or research or anything like that. You can start to test out your ideas right now and see what sticks. These are some of the things that you can do to help you craft mission statement, to help you develop a mission mindset, to help you create the excitement around your brand, your talents, your abilities, the things that you want to do. My good friend, Mark Bonchek, who it's a link in the LinkedIn profile that I sent you guys, talks a lot about taking responsibility. When he wrote The Goal of Aligning Values and Values Espoused by Many Eminent Leaders, and it's the core tenet of the field of corporate social responsibility, he was talking about mission. You know, a mission that's not bigger than you is not gonna work. It's not gonna be exciting. It's not gonna be interesting. It's not gonna be compelling. It's not gonna create the resources needed. It's huge. It's gotta be important. It's gotta be valuable. And again, you have a mission for every role that you play, every serious role that you play. If your role is not that important, you probably don't have a serious mission for it. But if you have a serious role in your life, you should have a mission for it. And it should be well stated and well understood and well shared with those that are impacted by it. All right. That's today's talk. That's today's discussion. Hope you guys had a good time. Next week, let me see what we're talking about next week. Next week, we're talking about how your mission not only clears your declarations, not only creates resources, but how does your mission generate an infectious purpose? How does your mission itself generate the why? It comes from the why, but it also generates the why for other people, right? So we're going to talk about that next week. And then we're going to move on to the next series of information. Okay, guys, talk to you soon. This is Coach Powell, Coffee, Tea, You and Me, signing out. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Let's keep this party going next week. Bye-bye.